All right, and we are in. We got Angels on the Legion in Dead Dog Saloon. A repeat of our last game of X9 versus PTR. Let's see how Angels results will differ from our previous killers. We immediately go into the main building, break the doors, and we find a very early chase onto who is this? I believe this is Waz. Um, Waz taking the chase 8, and it looks like we will be frenzying here. And do we chain it or do we just fatigue? Yep, we're gonna body block the pallet and fatigue, and was able to comfortably make shack. I have insider information that Angels was scrimming X9 in practice for this, so he is well prepared for this Legion set. Was now taking the chase 2-5, and it looks like Angels is just going to commit to a basic M1 chase. Good connection of the tiles there by Waz taking the chase 2-4. We also do see shrimpinq actually here playing for Waz. Angels just going to take the frenzy, and Waz capping the pallet. Angels just going to go around it. Still full committing to Waz here. Waz having a fantastic first chase against Angels. Angels, ooh, double bam vault. Oh, was gonna win the 50. Oh, unlucky. He just got kind of caught in the wall there. Good job by Waz being very patient. However, he does get caught jigging, and this should be the down onto Waz at 5 generators. Angel's going to use that button and break all the pallets that were dropped, saving time, not having to manually break them. We're going to take a quick kick on 2. I use NA clock, by the way. And now we're just going to go back towards the middle of the map, see if we can maybe spot a survivor. We do hear main being progressed. We are just going to go check up on it. We're going to frenzy here. And main will pop, and we are going to get our frenzy on to boredom. However, we will see yet another gen pop. We are now at 3 generators left. And boredom able to comfortably make the pallet, pathing towards 5. And now we are in chase with Fang. Actually, no, we're not. I'm not actually sure what we're doing. Oh, we're just kind of holding the choke here, making sure no one goes for the pull onto Waz, ensuring Waz hits second stage. And now we will be taking chase with the shrimpinq on 5. We are going to take our frenzy and just chase down shrimp. It looks like the pull is going to come in onto Waz, so Angel's is going to go back to hook and see if we can get this tunnel out onto Waz nice and early at 3 generators. That'd be quite huge if Angel is able to get this quick down here. We're going to preemptively bam the strong window on the main building. Waz catching the pathing of Angels, makes distance, and we are just going to play the front of main building. It looks like there is a body block here from our Fang. Angel's is going to take the frenzy, use the speed boost, try to catch up to Waz, and try to get this tunnel out. And we are just going to preemptively bam shack. While Waz does have another filler to play with, we're going to pre-drop that. Angel's now going to play his M1 chase against Waz. Let's see if he can get a quick down here. Ooh, dirty greed by Waz. Angels calls his bluff, and that is going to be the final down onto Waz at 2 generators left. All survivors are now injured. We do have a gen being progressed at 8, so we are hooking on an active generator. We did see those scratch marks going back towards shack. And Angel's getting his first death at 2 gens. Really solid for him. This might end up being a pretty good result. We'll see how much prog Evori has on these gens if you know they can still manage them out here. And Angels does find a injured boredom. Boredom getting the stun on Angels. I'm sure he doesn't get too much value from that frenzy. Ooh, excuse me. I'm yelling so much. And not because of the games, just because I'm getting old now, boys. I'm used to going to bed at an earlier time. But Angelz now just looking around the map, trying to find a survivor out of position. We do see Fang running towards 2. And we instead are going to go back and check on our generator 8. We're going to use our Eerie button just to break the pallet, save some time. And now we are on Gallows. Going towards that gen over on 1. Seeing if we can find a survivor. This gen has some pretty good progress. Not catching any survivors, however. We do hear a survivor behind main. But it looks like Angelz doesn't really care about that chase. Wants to go check on his generators. We do find a survivor 7, and it's going to be bhoofy now, taking chase with Angelz. Angelz just going to fatigue here. I don't think bhoofy makes anything, and this should be the down to bhoofy. Or does bhoofy have a pallet? Bhoofy does have a pallet still to play with. We'll see how long bhoofy can last. Good little camera fix by Angelz, being able to trick bhoofy, getting next down. We are now at 4 stages, 2 fresh for Angelz. Angelz here in pretty good position, I'd say. He's got a decent number of hooks. He had an early death. This could potentially be a very good result for him. But we'll see how Evori plays this out. They do have some pretty decent progress on multiple generators. So anyone's game right now. But I think Angelz, I favor Angelz' position right now. But we'll see what Evori's able to do. We do see the pull coming in. Angelz going back to the unhook, seeing if he can find a down. And we do see another gen pop. 1 gen remaining now. Now that that gen popped, I mean, the gen spread's kind of... I mean, yeah, I don't think it's holdable. Like, they'll definitely pop it. I think Angelz can manage a 2K here. Which is definitely not a bad result on Legion, like, whatsoever. And Legion, fairly weak killer, M1. So I think 2K would be a very respectable result. Angelz just looking to catch any survivor out of position right now. Just bouncing back and forth between the gens, looking to see if he can catch someone out. And we do find a survivor running around 6. And it will be Fang now taking chase with Angelz. I don't think Fang has any... It does have a filler, but unfortunately it's going to be unable to make it. Angelz looking like they're projecting a head-on, so trying to avoid it. But this should be a down on to Fang. Oh, there was someone there for the head-on. What do you know? And it is bhoofy now taking chase. Angelz just got a slug, and we do get the quick down onto bhoofy. This is huge. This gives Angelz a ton of pressure now. Has 2 survivors down. There is the final gen, but this might be 4K0. I mean, I think it is. Yeah. Wow. That play just kind of gave Angelz the game right there. That was real unfortunate. He baited out the head on, didn't get caught by it. Was able to get the quick down onto bhoofy. Had the survivor slugged. And this is it. Unless shrimpinq can have a very, very good chase right now, this should be 4K0. I mean, shrimpinq would have to loop long enough to get the pickups and get the gate, and it's borderline impossible. I mean, it would be one of the greatest plays of all time if he could do it. We do get the pickup onto Fang. I don't even know if Fang gets this unhook. I don't think they do. Yeah, and this should just wrap things up right here. 4K0. We're just gonna play a little game of the 50s. Fang drops, and I mean, it's just a matter of time. Like, eventually he's just gonna bloodluster down, right? Like, nothing she can really do here. She would have to wait out shrimpinq's bleed out to try to get hatch. which, I mean, that would be very impressive with the resources left on the map. However, Fang is doing a fantastic job in chase so far, and as soon as I say that, they get down. Good job, though, by Evori. Good job by Cynic. Solid result, 4K0. We got bhoofy on the Legion. Excuse me. bhoofy immediately going to Corpus side of the map. We do find a survivor on 2. And bhoofy looking to get their frenzy. We are going to attack Angelz. Angelz going for a spicy little window tech. Instead of chaining, we are just going to fatigue and try to get our down very early on. Angelz running down the 3 side of the map, looking like they are going to play this Heil on 4. We are just going to take our vault here. bhoofy going to vault behind them. Has bamboozled. The window is now bammed. And we are going to play the filler on 5. Angelz doing a good job so far in chase. And, ooh, that was a hard jiggy. This should be the down onto Angelz. Angelz dying a little bit further away from pallet. bhoofy feeling safe to pick here. I don't think they can get that stun. And that's a very early down by bhoofy. Really well played. bhoofy predicting maybe like a flashlight, or not flashlight, sorry, firecracker or something. Looking straight up. And we are going to get Angelz in basement to start off the game. Very solid start by bhoofy here. bhoofy now, we do hear Gallows being highly progged. bhoofy gonna immediately leave that chase, go back to Shack, as we do see the pull coming in for Angelz from Wancy. Wancy will take a hit here, and bhoofy will now commit on to Angelz, looking to get their tunnel out of the game over and done with early on. They do need to get a 4K1, so getting an early death would be ideal here. bhoofy just going to swing in the air to fatigue. And now, ooh, that was huge. Good job by Angelz there, just being out of distance. I low-key thought that would hit. And good fake there by bhoofy, winning the 50-50. That was very good movement. And that will be the second hook onto Angelz. bhoofy doing a quick look, making sure no one's around for the beamer save. That is also going to be the first gen popped. And the second hook now for Angelz. We do see a survivor main building. bhoofy looking like it will be going main, pressuring the survivor off of the main gen. Looking like we are going to just maybe. Oh, we're just going to hold this vantage point. We have good visibility. The survivor is going towards 4 right now. bhoofy deciding to looking like not fully committing this chase, just kind of exerting a little bit of pressure. We do see a notification over on 6, and Gallows does pop. bhoofy just kind of holding the choke, knows where all 3 survivors are. We do see Ninny in the distance. bhoofy looking like maybe they're going to get a quick tag, but just really making sure no one can get this pull for free. They are just going to kind of just be in Angel's face right now. The 3 gen is on the other side of the map, so this is actually not a bad hook for Angelz to be on. It's a good dead spot. We do see Ninny now pressuring the pull. Question is, will second survivor come in for it as well, or is Ninny just going to trade? I think we do see a second survivor in the bushes. Ninny does get the pull onto Angelz. Before Angelz does, Ninny is now slugged, and bhoofy will be taking their final chase with Angelz. If bhoofy can get this down before a gen pops, it's going to be really big for him. Once again, 4K1 is the win con, so bhoofy needs these quick downs. That was a very quick down onto Angelz. The gen did pop. We are now at 2 generators. However, we have Angelz dead and we have Ninny slugged. I mean, it is definitely the 4K1 is possible here. They are resetting under hook. Ninny is injured and in close proximity. However, they do have main building to play with. bhoofy just going to frenzy catch up to Ninny with the speed boost. And does Ninny make window? No. bhoofy's going to swing to body block. Ninny does have this pallet. Okay, we are at 1 generator left. bhoofy cannot let another gen pop. We are now just going to play these M1 chase with Ninny. Good greeds, and by Ninny winning every 50-50. Ninny, absolute demon in chase. Holy shit. Making the most value possible out of this palette as one can. Oh my god, they are lasting so long on this terrible palette. Good shit by Ninny. And as soon as I compliment them, they get downed. I caster curse everybody, bro. I swear I am the worst person for this. And we are now going to take a hook onto Ninny. That's now going to be 4 hooks, 2 fresh. Will bhoofy be able to close this game out in 4K1? This is what they need to win. You cannot let another gen go. I think the Gen 4 might have some progress. We do see the reset onto Wancy coming in. There is slight progress. We did see a survivor, and we do see some scratches. We are just going to take the frenzy onto Wancy. Get the second hit. Fatigue. Wancy will be able to make main building here. And it looks like bhoofy will just take chase. So Wancy will make this window. bhoofy going to go inside, winning the 50-50. bhoofy's been winning most of his 50-50s this game, I will say. We are just going to slug Wancy now, and it's all on Ultra. And we do find Ultra. The 4K1 might be in the books. Oh my god. bhoofy might have been able to do it. This might be 4K1 right now. It's really on Ultra to make a huge play right now, but it's looking like Evori might take set number 1. And we do get the down onto Ultra. Oh my god, that's the 4K1. And that's going to be Evori taking set number 1. Really well played. Holy shit. Well played by bhoofy. Wow, really well played. Next up, we will have a Plague on Suffocation Pit. Stay tuned for that one. Alright. And we are in. We got bhoofy on the Plague, spawning a bot. We are going to take the time to infect our open generators. As you do, we got a 4-gen bot. I imagine this will probably be the side bhoofy plays on. We got 3-gen top. We'll see what bhoofy decides to do here, though. And he is going to go middle, hold the choke, as you'll see most players do on this map. He might actually not hold choke. He's actually venturing all the way top. Maybe looking to see if there's any stealthing survivors. Taking the time to break the door main. And we do see some scratches, I believe. No, I think I'm just seeing things. bhoofy just checking edge map. Going edge 1. Not finding anybody. Convinced someone is stealthing in this general area, though. He is checking all the edge spots, all the hiding spots. Hasn't been able to find anyone quite just yet. Looking like they are going back towards bot. And, yep, just getting some more infection on open generators. That's the thing about plague sets. They're played so slow, right? It's like the survivors won't ever give up a free infection. They won't just like hop on a gen that's infected. They'll wait it out. It's very interesting. Like you might even see corrupt being stealthed out. Like plague is such a like methodical set. It really tests your stealthing, your patience, your positioning. It's an interesting set to watch for sure. But as a caster, it's hard because it's more like I mean, right now they're just kind of playing a game of hide and seek, right? They're stealthing it out. They're stealthing out the infection on the open gens. They're stealthing out the corrupt. So bhoofy's just trying to find them. Checking 11, and we finally do find it is Wancy on 11, and we will now be taking chase with Wancy, getting some infection. Oh, what the heck was that? That was like some rubber band environment auto aim nonsense. What? That looked terrible. But we do have the infection onto Wancy. We are not going to get an infection onto another one of our top gens. Corrupt has ended, and we do not have a down to show for it. We do see the gen over on, I think that's 4 or 5, giving a notification. That's 4. Bhoofy immediately going back towards the gen, getting some more infection. We do also see that gen bot mid being having some progress on it. Wancy, the only survivor that is infected. We are just going to take the time to get some more infection on our generators, as we do see a few of them have prog. We did see somebody on the hill, but we prioritized the gen instead of getting the infection onto I wanted to say that was Angelz. I think I saw Jake. We are now taking chase with the survivor that was on the hill, and it is going to be Angelz now taking chase with a bhoofy mid map. It looks like bhoofy winning the 50 here. Angelz being the first target of the last set as well. And bhoofy getting the M1 onto Angelz. Looking like they might actually leave this chase. Going to go check on their topside generators. And we do hear the gen main being progressed. And it is our injured survivor. So it is Wancy that was on this gen. You do see the infection coming on to Ultra now. And we are just going to take the time to get our power here in main building. Gonna go for some spicy mind game. Trying to mind game main building is very based, I must say, but it kind of looked like it worked out, and we do have Wancy in range to get the down, and not using our corrupt purge there, but using it over the rock, getting the down on to Wancy. Well played by bhoofy. Still 5 generators, honestly. I mean, bhoofy changed his name to Plague Set. I'm guessing he was really looking forward to the Plague Set. But there's the first hook at 5 gens onto Wancy. We know that Gen 4 had prog. The Gen 11 has prog. That Gen bot mid had prog. I mean, Cynic is doing a good job swinging these gens. However, we do find another survivor here on 10. And that means there's 2 survivors not currently on gens. Well, technically 3 because that gen just popped. So bhoofy can afford a bit of a chase here. We do get the pallet out of the way. Good job by Ninny avoiding the first hit. Wow, very beautiful crouch there by Ninny avoiding the infection. However, we do end up getting the M1. And now we will be leaving Ninny going back to the hook, seeing if we can spot any survivors. And bhoofy now just proxying around the hook, trying to confirm second stage on to Wancy. All survivors now injured. We do see another gen pop. That 4 gen bot is gone. So we still do have 3 gen top. We do see scratches 11. It looks like bhoofy does not want to take this chase though. Wants to make absolutely certain that Wancy will hit second stage. I mean, that gen is regressing in front of them. The main building gen is right next to him, and there is Wancy hitting second stage at 3 gens. We do have Ninny kind of out in the open here. Ninny does cross, being able to make a bot. Bhoofy not interested in this chase, just wants to hold top side. We do see, who is this actually? I didn't get a good look at who that was. I think it was Angelz, right? It must have been Angelz. Or no, it was Ultra. Yeah, I think it was Ultra. We did see Ultra 1. We are now going to get our power, go back to hook, make sure no one can pull this safely. And no one's here yet. Wancy might die. We do see the scratches going around the hill. There is no pallet there. I mean, I'm surprised bhoofy didn't actually take that chase, as that would have been a free down. However, I think bhoofy just wants to make certain that Wancy dies here. Sending corrupt purge onto the Gen 1, making sure Ultra's not back on it. Checking back onto the hook. They cannot pull this. They're all injured. Bhoofy has corrupt purge up. I mean, what can they really do? We do see those scratches behind the hill. We do see Ultra on 1, and we do see Ninny out in the open. Ninny has nothing really, and I mean, has a Z-wall and a dream. And there's the down onto Ninny. That is going to be Wancy now dead at 3 generators. And it's going to be another hook onto Ninny. We know Ultra is cranking the Gen 1. Angelz is the only survivor we have no information on. And now we have information on him. He is bot. I want to say that was like 7 that he popped. I didn't really see. But we know where Ultra is. We know where Angelz is. Or we have a rough idea where Ultra is. He might have pre-ran. But we know we last saw him 1. Those are the scratch marks. So we know Ultra is still topside. And there he is, main building. It looks like bhoofy won't even kick. He is just going to take this chase. We do see the pull onto Ninny coming in. So we know we have information on all 3 survivors. We still have our 3 gen top. We are not going to venture too far away from topside. And we are looking to get our corrupt purge on to Ultra, and there is the down onto my goat Ultra, and that will be Ultra's first hook. 5 stages now, and we are gonna hook onto 11. 11 is pretty much dead. I mean, 1 has the most prog. This might be PR though. That's why he's doing it. Yes, it is. And that should have probably hit 1. I imagine 1 has probably the most prog. They can. Oh wait, no. I think they popped Shack. Yeah. 7 so up. We do see. I think that was Angelz at 1 running down towards the bot. And we do see Ninny. If this can be a quick down, that's. I was gonna say this would be 4K too. However, it looks like bhoofy not really wanting to commit, making sure Angelz can't pop that gem for free. I'm surprised he didn't commit Angelz there, but he does not want to allow this free unhook. Because Angelz really has nothing to work with. Maybe he has a pallet. I don't know if that pallet's actually gone already, but he does have Ninny in a rough situation here on the Z wall. That is the second Z wall win for bhoofy, and that is now 2 survivors down. We do see the scratches going for the pull, and there is the pull onto Ultra. Bhoofy now taking a chase with Ultra, looking to get the second down onto Ultra. Actually might leave. Yeah, leaving, and now no, leaving as well. Just kind of bouncing back and forth between these survivors. Ultra making a lot of distance, and we are actually going to take our hook onto Ninny. Well played by Cynic, not allowing that 4K2 to happen. Had one of them gotten down there, that would have been 4K2, no problem. Good flashlight evasion by bhoofy there, and that is going to be another hook onto Ninny. And we are now at, when he is at 6 stages. Bhoofy now hunting for another survivor, just really holding out through. Oh my god, did they pop it? They did. They popped the 3-gen. Wow, good stuff. They popped 1. Really well played by Cynic. It looks like Bhoofy's just kind of holding the survivor here. We do actually have a pallet to work with, and it is going to be Ultra now taking chase. Bhoofy actually deciding to leave the chase, going back to the hook, making sure no one is there. He still has Ultra in this position here. Ultra able to make main building now though, and Bhoofy looking like they are trying to commit Ultra. However, at the same time, not trying to allow this free on hook. However, I think Angelz might just be bottom working the final generator. That could be the play. Angelz is going to cleanse now. I think that means that gen is pretty much ready to go. And we do see Angelz coming in for the pull onto Ninny. Bhoofy now wanting to allow this is going to try to body block Angelz into not giving the pull. Angelz is able to get the trade off for Ninny. We are going to take the trade. We're going to slug Angelz now, and now it's on Ninny to have a good chase here. It does have main building to work with. There is no BAM in play, so he is going to have this very strong window to play. And you're going to pre-drop this pallet as you do. Bhoofy just going to take the time to break, and we are just going to go check back on our slug. I imagine Ultra is trying to crank the final generator here. We might see it go any moment. I imagine that's why Angelz cleansed because he wanted the free on hook. That is going to be a final fresh hook though. But I would imagine Angelz had some pretty good prog onto that bot gen, and Bhoofy is going to get their corrupt purge now. Going back to check on a main building, seeing if any survivors are going for this pull. This has been such an interesting game, very fast paced. It just kind of like started rolling. Like it started slow and then it's like an avalanche, you know? It's just like the ball just kept rolling. Wow, really beautiful corrupt purge snipe onto Ninny. And I believe this is Ninny dead now at 1 gen. I don't know how much prog that gen on, what is that, like 7 or 8 or bot mid. Okay, and they popped, but this should just be 4K 0. Unless Ultra can last long enough to get a hatch, but I doubt bhoofy would allow hatch to happen. I mean, they did pop all gens, so a hatch escape would count as an escape. And now bhoofy is just going to take his final chase with Ultra here, and it should be 4K 0. Let's see what happens. Final 1v1. Several pit 1v1. Ultra decided not to go pallet. I'm actually kind of surprised. And we do get the down onto Ultra. And that is going to secure our 4K 0. So win con 4K1, and Cynic does have to meet Wincon. They cannot tie for this to go tie break. So it's up to Angelz to get the 4K1 or Ultra. I'm not sure who's their plague player, but 4K1. Let's see if they can do it. Alright, and we are in. We got Angelz on the plague. I really like that skin. Oh my god, that weapon looks so sick. Look, the hands. Angelz, as you do with plague, as everyone does with plague, gonna take the time to infect their open generators. Do you hit that? Yeah, you do. And we are now going to hold the choke. We didn't see bhoofy hold the choke. He just went straight to the corrupt side, tried to find something survivor. However, we do find a something survivor in shrimpinq over on 3. And shrimpinq now taking the chase to Shaq. That was a very early find for Angelz. Really, really good start. If Angelz is able to get this quick down, that is going to be massive, enormous, huge. And shrimpinq now taking... Oh, good job by shrimpinq, able to connect the tiles. And Angelz still taking this chase bot mid, looking like they are going towards 8 now. And this is not the best of tiles, but we do see a body block coming in from bhoofy. Bhoofy now taking a bit more infection from Angelz, and I'm impressed they actually went for a body block there. Didn't want to give up the early down onto 5 gens. Evori showing very good coordination. That is going to be the full infection now onto bhoofy, and it looks like that is who we are in chase with. Bhoofy now taking this chase top side. You know, for plague sets typically, you know, we like we saw in the last game, right? Like they lasted all of corrupt before bhoofy was able to get into a chase. But this game, we got a chase very early on, and now we have 3 survivors fully injured. That is big. That is very early for that to happen. You know, typically you don't see this happening until like pretty late on into the game. So this is a very good start from Angelz. We'll see how Evori is able to bounce back from it. Now switching chase onto iiBoredom, and we are gonna leave this chase, it seems. Going to go check on 11. We're going to just go take our infection. And we do have a survivor there as well. It is our last healthy survivor. It is Vaas. And, ooh, good crouch by Vaas. Vaas now going to drop the pallet, and he is also going to get infected. All survivors are now infected, and we are going to break the pallet main building. We do see scratches logs, and it looks like Angelz is going to head that way. The scratches are leading towards bot. But Angelz is just going to take the time, kick this generator. We now have eruption on the gen. We do have 3 gen top. It looks like this is the side of the map Angelz would like to play on. We are now going to take the time just to break this to our main building, make our chases a little bit easier moving forward. And we are now just going to check this gen 11. It has a decent prog. We do find a survivor stealthing 10. It is going to be Vaas once again in chase. Vaas the only survivor not fully infected. Was just going to pre-drop this pallet, try to last as long as possible, and was now going to make 9, and was having a solid chase so far. 2 gens pop, still no down, all survivors fully infected. So Evori's having a solid game so far, even though I thought it was a very good start for Angelz, but you know, was able to connect these tiles very, very well. Oh my god, this is panning out to be a pretty decently long chase. And Angelz looking like they are just going to full commit, not going to break this, and trying to mind game Godrock. That's crazy work. But Angelz is looking like they are just going to commit to M1 chasing this, not going to break, and does end up getting the down onto Vaas at Godrock. But still very, very good chase by Vaas. We have 3 gens left. Might even see another gen pop in the not so distant future. And that is going to be the first hook of the game to Vaas on 3 gens. I didn't see if we still have our 3 gen. Did they pop the 3 gen? Let me see. No, we still have our 3 gen. Okay. And Angelz immediately going to go over to 1, make sure no one's working it. And someone is working it. Now the question is, how much prog does it have? And it has an insane amount of prog. Oh my god. They might break this 3 gen. If they break this 3 gen, I think it's GG's. Like he has to be able to hold this 3 gen. Like he has to if he wants the 4K1. And we do see bhoofy kind of out in the open, doesn't really have anything to work with. This should be a free down onto bhoofy. However, Waz does get away, so it's kind of like starting over, you know, starting fresh for a tunnel out. We are going to get this hook on to bhoofy. More in the middle of our 3-gen, which is a better hook placement, can protect our gens, especially that gen on 1 and the hook at the same time. We did get eruption proccing on it, however, it is not regressing, meaning there was a survivor. We're not going to, oh, we are going to, yeah, we are going to wait for our eruption. We still have not used our PR. We still have 4 stacks of it, meaning I'm assuming he got really bad PR RNG. It must be all bot. But Angelz now just kind of holding the choke, making sure no one can pull this for free. We are now at 2 generators left, and we do see some scratch marks mid map. We also we do have our power up, so maybe we can try to get a little snowball action happening here. We are now in chase with iiBoredom mid-map, and we are just sending a corrupt purge out, and that will be the end of corrupt. Angelz now racing back to the hook, making sure they don't pull this for absolutely nothing, and it is going to be shrimp getting the pull, and that is going to be the down onto shrimp with the eruption proc. And it looks like we are just going to take our hook onto shrimp, you know, not wanting to give up this really good hook position, and just knows he has to hold this 3-gen if he wants any hope of winning the set. And Evori still 2 generators left. We might see a gen bot pop fairly soon, making it 1 gen, and then it's just a battle of, you know, can you hold the 3-gen, can you break the 3-gen? We do see the pathing going towards bot, and just going to take the time to get rid of some resources, making his chases maybe a little easier, venturing a little bit out towards bottom, predicting all 3 survivors are here. We do see a bunch of survivors 4. We do see the pull coming in. This gen is going to pop no matter what, but Angelz is going to take the time to kick it. Oh my god, Angelz is going to commit this chase bot. That's crazy work, because that, I mean, that pull happened. You know there's at least 2 survivors up there. They're probably going to stack 1, but Angelz convinced that he can maybe get this down. Is going to take the corrupt purge. Angelz convinced that maybe they can get this down very quick, but we do find Dwight, who was over on Shaq. Angelz needs to get this quick down. Is maybe too far to go protect that Gen 1. I think that Gen 1 is going to pop, and that is the end of that 3-gen. But Angelz really needs to get this down like yesterday, bro. Was doing a good job. Angelz looking like he is going to commit this chase. Bot side, and that 3-gen is going to pop any second now. Oh no! And was able to avoid the corrupt purge, and there is one being popped. Angelz no longer has a playable 3-gen. This is looking rough for Angelz. This might be a win for Evori. Evori might take the 2-0 onto Angelz, and that is going to be another hook state for Waz. This is looking rough because, you know, I mean, you got 2 gens top, 1 bot. You're just playing a 115 kill. I mean, because Plague really has no way to get around the map quick enough, right? Like, I don't know if you can hold this. If they just split like 11 and what is that? 4. I don't believe you can hold that in a 4v1, right? Because no one's dead yet. I do not think. I don't know. Maybe Angelz can do it. Angelz is a very talented killer, but this is a very hard ask. Wow, huge, massive, enormous swing through the pallet, and we get the down on to boredom. Man, he's going to have downs like that non-stop. There's still a decent amount of resources left on the board. That's going to be boredom's first hook. And, you know, I mean, it's still a 4v1. You know, that pull happened, so they're probably stacking 4. I mean, I don't know if he can really hold these gens. He's looking like he's going to commit to this chase onto bhoofy, top side of the map. But, you know, I'm guessing they're just tagging 4. They're just going to pop that gen. And then, I mean, that's an Evori win. A tie would still win it for them. And bhoofy able to make the vault. Angelz deciding not to break Godrock yet again. Wants to play check spots versus bhoofy. Will he get the down here? Oh my god, bhoofy on the good internet. Holy shit, brother. That shit would have hit me like a year ago. Oh my god. But bhoofy having a fantastic chase does get the stun onto Angelz, and there it is. Evori is going to take the win over Cynic. Really well played. Right now, it would still be a tie if Angelz were to 4K, but if but a tie would still mean an Evori win. But even if they get one out, though, that would be the win for Evori, and that will be a 2-0 for Evori. Yeah, they just have to get one person out, and I mean the gate's open. Yeah, there's really nothing. Yeah, like it's over. But it's really well played though by both sides. I enjoyed casting this matchup. Thank you to Cynic and Evori for showing up, and that is going to be Evori taking the win over Cynic, and we will get Vaas dead. They should just take the 3 out here, and that'll do it. Well played to both sides.